Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chase. Welcome to ChasePacks. In today's video, we are looking at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151, one of my favorite sets of all time. One of the best sets in the Scarlet and Violet era. One set that will help cement Scarlet and Violet as one of the best sets of or eras of all time. Sealed products going crazy. The singles are, I say are slash were really dipping. We'll go through some cards and we'll go through some sealed product today. But as you'll see when we go through some of these singles, a lot of them hit their low point and they're starting to retrace a little bit. So I don't want to be the one to say, hey, you might want to grab some of these singles that you're looking to pick up and have been waiting on picking up. But it does seem like a lot of these have already hit their low point. So, we'll go through the cards and you guys can make your own decisions at the end, and I'll give you my opinion. But let's get into it. Let's look at some sealed product. Let's look at some singles, and we'll recap at the end. Okay, the 151 Ultra Premium Collection. It's in the name. It's a premium collector's item. It's a premium investment. What a great box this is. What is it, like 15 cards in this? I actually don't remember. Or 16 booster packs. Okay, yeah. So market price, outrageous, $359. It's up 20% on the 3-month chart. Let's look at the year chart. Why not? 208% on the year. June of last year, $116. Middle of this month, $362. Going down to like 340. Going back, climbing back up to 347 here. Yeah, market price 359. An insanely awesome sealed product for Pokemon 151. Anything you can get sealed 151 for a reasonable price, just pick it up. Like, this set's going to be great forever. It's just going to be such a good investment, such a good collector's item. The bundles, this is what Pokemon has been pumping out to the market. It seems like they've caught their groove. That's not the right way to say it. It seems like they've found the product that they like to push when a set is as demanded as Pokemon 151. They want to get cards out to the market. They want to get the singles out. They want to do it as fast as they can. They want to do it as efficiently as they can. And what product does it can do that for them? It is the bundle, right? It is a box with 6 packs in it. That's it. It's small. It's easy to ship, fast to make. Get the products out. That's why I love booster bundles. One of my favorite sealed products to pick up. So market price $66. If you look at this chart, it's all over the place on the 3-month chart. But as you can see, it's really not fluctuating that much in price. 65, 62, 65. Low here, 62 again. Back up to 67, 64, 68. Dip back down to 65. So, on the 3-month chart, they've been in the $60-ish range the whole time. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen them less than $60 in forever. So if you're looking to pick some of these up, I honestly don't know if they'll get below $60 ever again, to be honest. But the Elite Trainer box here, the artwork's fantastic on this Elite Trainer box. Really do enjoy it. Market price $225. That doesn't seem right. What are they actually selling for? Let's look at that. $229, $234, $204, $204, $204, $204, $230. Okay, so yeah, about right. Up 17% on the 3-month chart. End of February, they're at $195, and then just a big spike here in the middle of May, $233, $228, 14 items sold, 36 items sold on May 16th for $233. So a fantastic collector's item. Remember, this is a special set. We don't have booster boxes. The Elite Trainer boxes, the PC ETBs, they are going to be obviously the Ultra Premium Collection. They are going to be the ultimate sealed collector's item for the set. So this is the PC ETB here. Market price $463. Up 17% on the 3-month chart. The end of February, selling for around $400. All the way up to $483, dipping down here. Looks like $451 was the cheapest. That was like last week, and they're already climbing back up in here near $460. So I mean, obviously, they're not making. I shouldn't say obviously, because you never know. Pokemon's been doing some wild things lately. Look at Black and White, crazy. But I don't. I highly doubt they're going to reprint Pokemon Center ETBs of 151. So fantastic collector's item. If you could get your hands on one of these, or if you got $450 to spend on one of these, I'd pick it up, because that's 463 market price. That is not going to be the high point for these, selling high point for these at all. Not even close. So let's look at some cards. We got the Psyduck here. It is down, 1.5% on the 3-month chart. So nothing crazy. These less desired illustration rares and full arts, you're not going to see as big as swings on these, right? Because the prices never got too out of hand in the first place. But market price $22. Looks like it had a high here in the beginning of March for 25, dipped down to 19, back up to 24, back down to 19. So, right in like the mid $20 range. It kind of stayed in that $19 to $26 range the whole time. But it is a really fun artwork. And, again, this whole set is Gen 1 Pokemon. So, I mean, that's why you're seeing cards like Psyduck still holding a $20 price point for an illustration rare. So, just a really desired set, obviously. The Dragonair, one of my favorite illustration rares in the set. Beautiful, beautiful card. A high point here of $33, beginning of March, and then takes the lowest dip here was like last week for $23, and it's starting to like creep up right here. You'll see that. I should go back to the site. I can show you guys. See, the low point here was $21, and then right here it's just starting to creep up. Not much, right? Just $2. But when we go through these, you'll notice low point $22. Coming into like today, the 21st, right, when I'm shooting this, $25. So going up a couple dollars. The Pikachu illustration rare, really fun card. Really like this card a lot. Down 28% on the 3-month chart. Had a high of $45. Let's see, May 13th, low of $26, but $29 as of today, 15 items sold. So again, just slightly creeping up. It's definitely not continuing down like we were seeing here for a while. So the World Turtle, beautiful art. Love the blues in this card. Really, really like this card. Down 15% on the 3-month chart. Had a high of $40 at the beginning of March, all the way down to $29. Again, May 13th through the 15th, 21 items sold, $29. As of today, $31, 11 items sold. So creeping up again on the tail end there. The Charizard full art here, the only full art we'll have on this list, but it is Charizard, and that's why it's desired, and that's why the market price is $31, competing with some of these other illustration rares. Looks like we have a high here of $44. The beginning of March went down to $29. Again, May 13th through the 15th, $29. Now creeping up today, $32, 25 items sold. Creeping up again, just like the rest of these cards. Charmeleon, really cool artwork. I like how dark, like you can tell how like dark the rocks are. We'll go through the Charmander through Charizard line with these cards, and I just love these cards. They're such good looking cards. $47 at the end of February. Once it goes all the way down to $32 on the 13th through the 15th, climbing back up. We're at $35. 18 items sold. Market price $34 on this. So again, right here at the tail end, just creeping up. I realize it's only a couple dollars, but it's not, it's not trending down as drastically as it was there for a while. The Bulbasaur, beautiful card. Love the greens in this card. Down 23% on the 3-month chart. Looks like we had a high here of $52. Whew, that was pricey. $52, got all the way down to $36 here in the middle of May, and then again creeping up, pretty much $39. 18 items sold there, May 21st. So gorgeous card though. A card that I'll never understand why it's not more expensive than it is. I made a short not too long ago about the Alakazam SIR from this set. It's my favorite SIR of the set. It is a gorgeous card. I love Alakazam as a Pokemon, but for whatever reason, apparently nobody else does, or not. I shouldn't say nobody else does. Apparently, People don't love it as much as I do. It had a high here of $57 at the beginning of March, dipped all the way down to $39 on that May 13th through May 15th little timeline there. 28 items sold, creeping back up, $43. As of today, 16 items sold. So again, it's like from the middle of May to the end of May, every card we've looked at so far is trending back up. But gorgeous card. I'll never understand why this card isn't $60 all the time or more. Squirtle, special illustration rare, gorgeous card, awesome colors. Obviously, Squirtle's an insanely popular Pokemon. Had a high here of $56 at the end of March. Dropped down $16 to $40 at the end of April. And this one's actually one that's just kind of staying level here from like $46 for almost $45 to $46 for almost the entire month of May. So this one's holding pretty steady in the mid 40s here, but this is a gorgeous card. The Charmander, is it the most? Yeah, the most expensive starter illustration where we have in the set here. High of $70, dropped down to 46 at the end of March, kind of hanging around that high 40s, low 50s price range. May 13th through the 15th, $44, 19 items sold, trending back up, and we're back up to $50, 14 items sold as of today. But gorgeous card. Charmander is obviously an insanely popular Pokemon. Nobody needs to be told that. The Zapdos, another really awesome special illustration rare from 151. High here of $70, beginning of March. Really came down significantly, $20 to $50 in the middle of May there, and then we're creeping back up to $55 as of today, 28 items sold. So again, what was it? The only card that did not have a low point and then go up a couple dollars at least, it was a Squirtle, right? It kind of stayed stagnant there at the end of this month, around $46, $45. So another one of my favorite cards of the entire set is probably, to be honest, is the Alakazam and the Venusaur for me. My favorite SIRs from the set. Down 20% on the 3-month chart. The market price is $70. Had a high point of $88 in the beginning of March. Oh, what is the low? Looks like it hit a low here around $63 at the end of April, and we're just climbing, but steadily, but barely climbing back up to $68 here as of yesterday. $70 here as of yesterday. 14 items sold. But this is an amazing card. This is a card that I was hoping to pull this card. I never did pull this card. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger and buy this because, like I said, a low of 64 and it's already back up to 70. Could it get lower than 70 again? For sure, it definitely can. But $70 for this card for a starter Gen 1 SIR from a set like 151. It's getting closer and closer to the point where we're not going to get reprints of 151. So $70 for this card for me is worth a pickup. The Blastoise, when this card first, I shouldn't say first came out. When it first came out, I liked it just because it was Blastoise. And then I went, you know what? I don't really like the artwork on this card, but the more you see this card in person, the more you hold it in your hand and you see the texture and you see the way it shines when you hold it in the light. This card it's a really, really nice card. I think when I look at this card, sometimes I hoped that they would have done a little bit more art-wise. But at the same time, sometimes when I see cards, I have the complaint that they just don't let the Pokemon be the center of attention in the card. And that's exactly what this card is, right? They just put Blastoise in the middle of the card and just let him do all the work. It is a really nice card. And when you see it in person, it's a top-notch card. So down 14% on the 3-month chart, market price $74, had a high of $89 at the beginning of March, dipped all the way down to $66 kind of at the beginning of May, and it's climbing back up to $73, 14 items sold as of today. So another card that's like, how much more, like how much lower can a Blastoise SIR go from a set that's getting older, like 151, $73. Not going to tell you when to buy it, but I don't know. Could it get back down to $66? For sure it can. Is this card going to get down to $45? I don't think this card will ever see $45. I don't think it'll get below 60. ever again. So I don't know. This is another card like the Venusaur that I never got to pull that I wanted to pull. Probably one I'm going to pick up soon. So gorgeous card. The biggest card of the set, obviously the Charizard EX SIR, down 24% on the 3-month chart, market price $211. Had a high here of 293 in the beginning of March. Hit a low point here about 194. Again, those same dates we've been seeing, 13th through the 15th of May. Low of 194, trickling back up 209, 210 as of the last 3 days, 17 items sold. So another really nice card. Is it my favorite art in the set? No, it's not. The Venusaur is my favorite art, but Charizard is an iconic Pokemon. It goes without saying, but it is a really nice card. It is a nice artwork. It really is. It's just a card that for $209, I just don't know if I can pull the trigger. And if that means I just don't have this card, then I don't have this card. I'd much prefer, instead of paying $209, hear me out. This isn't going to make any sense. But instead of paying $211 market price for this card, in my brain, I just go, okay, well, I might as well spend whatever, $500 for a Gem Mint 10 or Gem Mint 9, PSA graded, pick your grading company. And I don't even know how much a PSA 9 costs of this card. I don't do a whole lot of grading, and I don't check up on a whole lot of grading prices. But my brain goes, man, for $200, I might as well spend $500 and get a graded, sealed mint copy of it. But let me know down in the comments, how do you guys feel? What is your price point where you really start hesitating on pulling the trigger on raw cards? For me, it is like $200. Like as soon as I get to $200 and I see a raw card, I'm not a big grader. So even if I do see a really nice copy of a $200 raw card, and some guys see that, or some girls see that and they go, okay, that's a $200 raw card. It looks flawless, and if I get that graded, I could keep it, or I could sell that for $800, $900, $500, and make a profit of whatever, $500. But for me, like as soon as you get to that $200 raw price, it gets really, really hard for me to pull the trigger on those cards. It's just a lot of money for a single card, and for that kind of money, I'm thinking, okay, I would rather have a sealed ETB of whatever set it might be. So, but that's just my opinion. You guys let me know down in the comments. What is your price point where you start really pulling back on raw cards? Mine's around $200, $180, $200 for sure. Yeah, but a set like Scarlet and Violet 151 is just one of those sets that's going to go down as an all-time great set for Pokemon. Forget about the Scarlet and Violet era. 151 is a ultimate collector's item. The sealed products are ultimate collector's item. The art on the singles is amazing. It is one of the most desired hype sets of all time. It's a beautiful set for obvious reasons. The sealed products on these, they aren't going down. The sealed prices, I'm sorry, they're not going down. If you can get in at a decent price on some of these sealed products, just do it. Yeah, could we see more booster bundles? Yes. Are the singles being opened a lot? Are the single prices, over the last couple months or so going down? Yes. But long term, if you have good copies of singles, if you have sealed product, and you just hold on to this, guys, this set's not going anywhere. This set, people are going to want to open this set for the next 10 years. You can't do no wrong with 151. It's Gen 1. It's nostalgia. The artwork's beautiful. The sealed product artwork looks great. Pokemon killed it with this set. It is one of my favorite sets of all time. But you guys let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about 151? Compare it to another set that you really, really enjoy. Like I compare it to, Cosmic Eclipse, Tag Team, what's another one I really enjoy? Sword and Shield era, Evolving Skies, Lost Origin. It's a big time set. Prismatic Evolutions. It's going to be up there with the biggest sets, definitely of the last 5 years, for sure, for me. But let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite set of modern Pokemon? And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.